Recording.
Awesome.
Hi everyone, it's Violet Wisnicka with Keller Williams at Platinum Partners in Palatine, and today I am joined by Frank Lardino, and Frank Lardino and his business partner Ivette Hollendoner are going to be at Keller Williams Platinum Partners on Thursday, June 27th from 1 to 3 p.m. and Frank and Ivette are going to pour into us and host a really fantastic class called Building a Warrior Realtor. And so thank you so much, Frank, for joining me today and talking about the class that you're going to be doing with Ivette. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
Well, first of all, it's a great honor to be here and be invited to speak to you guys. Ivette and I have a unique business model. We're a two-agent team. We don't have any admin people or any back-end help. And our primary goal is to achieve the highest level of excellence in our real estate services. In other words, we would like to perform at the very highest level, and that's what it's all about. It's not about how many homes we sell or how many dollars in closed volume. It's about actually being the best realtors that we can possibly be.
And I love that. We talked about that a little while ago. And really, we should mention that your group, your team, the Velocity Real Estate Group, which is on the southwest side of Chicago, you guys last year closed $24 million in volume and 86 units sold, yes?
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, you know, Frank, we talked about this class that you're going to be doing with Ivette. And, you know, the class is called Building a Warrior Realtor. So tell us, what does that mean to you guys? You know, when you talk about being a warrior in the real estate industry, and why is a warrior mindset crucial for success?
That's an awesome question. First of all, we love the word warrior because warrior to us denotes having mastery over ourselves and be able to go into battle every day with courage, honor, and integrity. So the presentation is much different than most of the things that happen in our real estate industry where we go and learn things and take classes. The first part of the presentation is actually for us to study the power of our brains and how we, through the power of our focus, can actually change our perspectives. We can go from insecure and self-doubting to strong and become go-getters simply by implementing daily practices. So we're going to do that first, and that's going to show us how to build like the warrior mentality where we wake up every day with gratitude in our hearts. We were strong and full. And then we're going to transition into how Frank and Ivette, the Velocity Real Estate Group, how we run our business, which is completely different than everybody else's business. It's not the only way to run a business, but it is our way. And in that part of the presentation, we're going to be talking about how to become the most excellent realtors. It's part about how to get business, but it's more of what we do with the business when we have the business, from communication, dress code, our automobiles, working with buyers, working with sellers. We're going to talk about the different types of negotiators and how we deal with those. We're going to share personal stories and struggles. We're going to be very interactive with everybody for them to share their stories with us. We're going to talk about marketing. And at the end, the most important part is all of this will contribute to not only do you build clients for life, but those clients actually become dear friends for life, where you get invited to weddings and baby showers and things like that. And that's the true joy in what we do.
And then, you know, that's great. And we talked about also, you had mentioned when we had our conversation a few weeks back about, and kind of remind me a little bit, we talked about being the 9-to-5 realtor or the 95% realtor. Did I get that right?
Almost. There's two kinds of mentalities in the business world. There's the 9-to-5 mentality. I'm going to punch in and punch out and put in my 8 hours. And we have agents like that in our agent community. Sometimes you'll call them and they'll say, if this comes after 5 p.m., I'll call you back to the next business day. Or the 95 mentality. And the 95 means 95 hours a week. And if you read the success manuals of billionaires, 95 hours a week or 14-hour days, 7 days a week. If you really want to succeed, you have to be ready to make that commitment. So our philosophy is we have to go to 95, then we go to the 95, which sometimes we're writing contracts and stuff at 11 or 12 o'clock at night. We don't go to bed when we're tired. We go to bed when we're done, and that's part of why we succeed.
Yeah, definitely. And also we talked about self-mastery, right? And how important self-mastery is. And you touched on that a little bit with mindset and, making sure that we do have that right mindset for success. And so tell me a little bit about what you feel that looks like for anyone that's looking to break through their ceiling of achievement and to ultimately reach their success.
Well, self-mastery, like every journey, starts inside. Whether we are happy or sad, negative or positive, we actually have control over that. So if we can get ourselves mentally as strong as we can, build this warrior mentality, then sky's the limit in any business. So that is where we're going to be a little bit different in our presentation than most of the things we learn in real estate. We can certainly share all of our advanced techniques with you, but if we start this journey inside, we're going to show you how to start the daily practices, starting actually when you wake up in the morning. And it's simple stuff, but it requires repetition. It's getting all the toxins out of your head and pulling in all the good stuff, creating a positive perception of your past. A lot of people, they'll say things like, well, I had a rough childhood. Well, when you repeat thoughts like that and you say it out loud, you actually confine yourself, you bind yourself up. So we're going to talk about our past and how we can recreate the same data of our past and create a beautiful story, right? And once we start with that and we start to weave in thoughts of gratitude, we become stronger and stronger each and every day. And we're going to share some studies with you and how the brain works and stuff. It's pretty exciting stuff.
I'm excited, and I'm grateful to you and Ivette for coming out to Palatine and pouring into us and giving us all this information. So again, the class is at Keller Williams Platinum Partners. It's Frank Lardino and Ivette Hollendoner. It's Thursday, June 27th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and it's open to anybody that's looking, and not even really in real estate, because a lot of these principles are used all over, right, in so many other industries. So Frank, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
Oh, my pleasure and my honor. Yvette and I are excited to meet you guys. We're actually going to learn from each other. And like I said, a lot of information will be coming at you. Like, this is not going to be, we're going to be lagging along here. You're going to get weeks of dialogue in 2 hours. So I just say, bring your thinking caps, pay attention, and you guys are going to learn a lot. And
a pretty large notebook, right, for notes?
Sure, exactly.
Awesome. Frank, thank you so much. We look forward to having you and Yvette here on, again, Thursday, June 27th from 1 to 3, and we'll see you then.
Awesome. Thank you, Violet. Appreciate it.
Thank you. See you then.